another beautiful day in real estate. You all already know the routine. What am I getting ready to do? Head for coffee, go to the office. It's gonna be a successful week. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. But today, what am I doing today? Today I am negotiating a couple contracts. I am looking forward to an appraisal on one of my listings. I am putting another listing under contract that's in McDonough. I am shopping for another client that is a $400,000 budget. And I just put a house on the market probably a day or two ago, so we're gonna see if we have any offers on it. So it's a full day, but enough of the boring stuff. I do have a word for you. I had a thought, and so here it is. I think that many of us are missing out on our growth because we are afraid to meet the challenge that comes along with the growth. So I used to subscribe to the belief that everything comes to me easily, and it does. However, I think there's a time and a place for everything. And so let's face it, some of the best things in life, they come after a little bit of challenge. They come after a little bit of difficulty. They come after a little bit of pain, right? So I spent a great deal of my time last year in particular. I dealt with anxiety beyond belief, and half of that, 100% of that anxiety was based in fear. It was fear-based. I was so afraid of all these different scenarios I came up with in my head, and so afraid of what if it happens, what if it doesn't, that I literally stunted my own growth. Dude, guys, I stunted my own growth because I was afraid of meeting the challenge. I was afraid of that scenario that I came up with in my head. But here's what I have learned this year, is that the beautiful thing about challenges and the beautiful thing about difficulty is that if you believe like I believe, right? Many of us say we believe the word, but for real, we don't. Because half of us don't really know it. But the word says that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter if the challenge arises. It doesn't matter if you feel a little bit of pain. It doesn't matter if you experience difficulty, because the word says, although the weapon formed against you, it won't prosper. And here's the growth behind that, is that the weapon did form. The challenge did come in your life. You did experience the pain. You did experience the difficulty. You experienced the heartbreak, all of it. But guess what? The weapon didn't form because you're still alive. And after that, you have now a testimony to tell. And after that, you've got growth. Someone said to me, it's not about what happens to you, it's about who you become. And many of us, the character, all the things that we desire, the integrity, the strength, the confidence, the wisdom, all of that comes after a story that you lived through, that now you can tell it, that now you know how to encourage someone else to get through it. So your growth, a lot of us, your growth is right behind that obstacle that you keep running from. And that's my word for today. That's my word for today. The weapons will form, but they won't prosper, because you are more than a conqueror, honey. And you are the head and not the tail. Woo! And a lot of us, it's almost like wanting a garden. We want a garden that grows, but we don't want it. We don't want any rain. Why? Because the rain is inconvenient. The rain gets us wet. The rain makes us feel nasty. But it's the rain, it's that ingredient that actually causes the growth. So stop running from your challenge. I dare you today to face them head on and watch. If you're a child of God and you believe like I believe, the weapon won't work. It won't work. Anyway, it won't work. And that very weapon that you thought was going to be used to take you out, God will use it. And that's the very thing God will use to promote you. Y'all enjoy your Monday.